is concerned, who was this kind of person, and they've talked about. So let's not waste much of the time. Let's go back to Parliament to follow the proceedings there.
To respect and defend the Constitution. And I want to state that Cecilia did that without hesitation. It is my humble appeal, Right Honorable Speaker, to all the members of this House that let us always speak for the people of this country, because that Constitution governs all of us and governs the people of Uganda. And we took allegiance to that. And that is why, Right Honorable Speaker, oftentimes she stood here to ensure that whatever we were debating on, whether there was an impasse, she would say, let us go for a win-win. That was her message. Let us go for a win-win so that we can move on for the good of the country. Right Honorable Speaker, I sat there, the Honorable Cecilia sat there. Oftentimes we would consult. But whenever I had motions to do with women, any motion on the girl child, she would always say, I want to be present. Please don't bring this when I'm not there. At one point she told me, let's go to the Speaker so that we could have the motion on the girl child. She wanted to go on holiday with her husband. She said, you must always find space, find time for yourself to just relax. And that is something that we must do, honorable colleagues. She was a family person, a woman who really supported the family values, a woman who stood for the girl child, a woman who protected the rights of the women of this country. Right Honorable Speaker, I am not a member of the SCP EU, but they have a forum where I was actually included. And oftentimes, you saw us speaking here because at the SCP EU, there were people who were trying to move rights that are not in tandem with the 1948 Universal Declaration on Human Rights, as we all know. The rights that are being fronted today are not rights that are actually enshrined in that declaration. And that UN declaration has never changed. Right Honorable Speaker, the last contribution and call by the Honorable Cecilia Ogwal was for the government of Uganda not to sign the SCP EU agreement until those things that are included there, those things that we all know about, I don't want to talk about them, those things, until those things are not included in that document. Unfortunately, some African countries have signed, but we need, if we are to sign, we must sign with reservation. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to end. Honorable colleagues.
Attorney General assured us they will not sign with those things.
Thank you very much. Right Honorable Speaker, and that letter you read is from one of the observers. They've always been at the SCP EU meetings, and actually they appreciate her role and what she has been doing there. Right Honorable Speaker, she was very passionate about the women. She asked me about the marriage bill. When is this bill coming? Right Honorable Speaker, it is unfortunate that the Mama Cecilia has gone before that bill is actually brought here. The bill now is awaiting a certificate of financial implication, and I hope the Minister of Finance together with the Attorney General can issue the certificate of financial implication, and let's pass that marriage bill in memory of Mama Cecilia Ogwal, because she has been passionate speaking and defending the rights of the women in this country. I end, Right Honorable Speaker, with one call. One call, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable members, the Honorable Cecilia Ogwal was a politician. You all know how taxing it is. We have work to do as members of Parliament. She was a mother, but she made sure she found time for her family. Can we emulate her and find time for our families? Find time to nurture your children. Do not be in politics and forget about your children and leave the children to the maids alone. This is my humble call. And take care of your husbands, honorable members of Parliament. Love them like Honorable Cecilia Ogwal did. I say all that for God and my country. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Lokeris, there's a motion? There is a motion.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to thank you for according enough time to debate. Honorable Speaker, it's coming to 5 p.m. We have had very good words. We have learnt a lot. We risk diluting the message. I therefore move a motion, Right Honorable Speaker, that a debate be closed on this matter. I thank you.
Honorable members, there is a motion. Is it seconded?
Yes. Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members,
Right Honorable Speaker.
who told you to switch on the microphone? Honorable members, there is a motion. It has been seconded by Attorney General, by Minister of Finance, by Government Chief Whip, by Honorable Lobo. Can I, even Honorable Zijana has seconded. I want to ask you something. Honorable members. Linda. Honorable members. I heard the chairperson of WOPA saying we should take care of ourselves. We should love ourselves. We have been seated here from midday. It is now 5. We have paid tribute to Atat. All of us love Atat. Are we together? All of us love Atat. But she also said we should have time with our children. Me, I want to go and breastfeed. I now put a question that the Parliament pays glowing tribute in honor of late Hon.Cecilia Ogwal, a former woman representative of Dokolo, with amendment. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it. I will instruct the clerk to extract a resolution for onward transmission to the bereaved family. Linda Auma, this is the Parliament of Uganda. If we want to speak like that, we can go to National Theatre. And she's my chairperson.
Anthems in reverse order. please remain standing? You may resume your seats.
Honorable members, before we adjourn the House, I would like to urge all of you to be present overnight. The body is going to spend a night here. Those who claim love that heart, please stay with her body. I also want to ask you that let's go and give Atat her final send-off. The president is also going to come in 1 hour's time to pay his last respect. He's going to come with the First Lady Mama, and the body will leave here tomorrow at 8 for All Saints Cathedral, and I urge all of you to be present. We love that heart. Let's continue loving her. May her soul rest in eternal peace. And members, we adjourned the House to 25th last time. This was a special sitting. It still remains to 25th January. I want to thank all of you for coming for this special sitting. May the good Lord bless all of you. And we keep praying for ourselves, we keep praying for our parliament, because at this rate, it is too much. We will not sit on 25th, but because of the budget framework paper, which has a deadline. So a team will remain behind, another team will go to Kole. The House adjourned to 25th.
Kijana Ngoma Edward Rukidi, my name, and we are still, you are still watching UBC TV, and we've been at Parliament. We've been giving that live broadcast from Parliament, where members of Parliament have been giving a special tribute. That was a special sitting and a tribute to the late Cecilia Ogwal, who died in India, and a lot has actually been said about the Iron Lady. But one thing that really comes out of all this is that in as much as she was on the other side, and that is the opposition side, the late Cecilia Ogwal was known for being a person of her word. She did not oppose for the sake of opposing. Where government did something good and she saw it was good, she appreciated government. Unlike other members of parliament in the opposition who are there just for the sake of opposing, just because they are in the opposition. So I think a lesson to them, actually, members of the opposition, but also those from the ruling NRM party, they should learn from Cecilia Ogwal, the late Cecilia Ogwal. She was a mother, she was a mentor, but also she was a Pan-Africanist, and she loved this country, Uganda. And very rare to find someone from the opposition being a very good friend to President Yoweri Museveni. She said it, and it has been very, very evident in the meetings where these two have met. So I think that is something, it's a big lesson that the members of parliament, but also Ugandans in general, can learn from the late Cecilia Ogwal. And that, of course, brings the end to today's special sitting. However, the body will lay in state at Parliament, and as you heard from the Speaker of Parliament, they expect the President, His Excellency President Yoweri Museveni, to be at Parliament in an hour's time, to also pay his last respects to this very, very iconic woman. And if I may take you through the program tomorrow, of course, the body will depart her residence, Bugolobi, to All Saints Cathedral and Akasero for funeral service, and that will be at 9 a.m. And thereafter, the body will go to Dokolo via Soroti for a vigil at Adok Sub-County, Dokolo District. It's a big program, but we would like to tell you that burial will be on Saturday, and that will be before that, on Friday, there will be church service at her home in Alito at 10 a.m. and viewing of the body. But burial will take place on Saturday, starting at 9 a.m. And that is what we can say for now about the late Cecilia Ogwal. But of course, other things have been happening, and the other thing was the closure, the closing ceremony of the G77 plus China summit, which was officially closed by President Yoweri Museveni. The president saying a lot of things in his closing remarks there. So we have the privilege now to give you the entire, closing speech of His Excellency President Yoweri Museveni. Those of you who might have missed it, this is your chance to watch and understand what the president was talking about. Take a watch.
Of our summit. As His Excellency walks to his seat, let me thank you all for your patience and your understanding, which has made the work of the chair easy and comfortable. Your Excellency and Chair, it's now my honor to invite you to make your closing remarks and officially close our third South Summit of the Group of 77 plus China. Your Excellency, welcome.
Excellencies, heads of state and heads of delegations, I thank you so much for having come to Uganda, responding to my invitations. We have had very useful discussions. We are a very important grouping in the world. Our countries account for 6.6 billion people in the world. That's almost 80% of the people of the world. Therefore, we can do a lot. As I told you the other day, some of us have been involved in the resistance movement for more than 60 years. And we have got some conclusions.